Right, that's me back. So now I'm going to put my yellow on. So my yellow's going to go on underneath, just beside my green here, okay? So I'm just going to put this on and I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just painting it on, okay? And then I'm just going to merge it in. So I want the sort of green coming in. So hopefully the green will run through and I'll have some lime colours coming through it. My son just came down the stairs and says that's hideous, by the way. Imagine saying that. But he's not seen it yet though when it's finished. I hope it isn't hideous. Disturbingly hideous was his words. Right, so I'm merging that along with my green. Do you see that? Can you see? I'll try and turn this round. Right, do you see what I'm doing? Right, so I'm taking my section here. Okay, and I'm painting this on. But do you see some sections are further up than others? But when I'm putting it on, I'm merging with my green so that I'll have my darker green and it goes into my yellow. So if there's a wee bit of lime in the middle, that's fine. You see that? Okay. So I'm just going to keep working away here because I need to work quite quick now to try and get this on so that I can get my blue on through the top. I wonder if I should put something else on with my blue. I think I'll have blue and I'll see what other colours. I'm going to go in and have a wee look and see what other colours I've got. Just have a wee bit of fun. Right, so I'm putting this on, but see, this is a very, very quick technique. Very, very quick. So it looks as if there's a lot of work involved in it, and there isn't really. The work involved in it is blending. Now you can do this with any colour. Natural colours, I'm waiting on another head coming, so once that head comes, I'm going to do a natural type of ombre. Because it's not just about bright colours, it's about blending natural colours in. And make sure that your section sizes are small. Never cut corners with colouring. Okay. Make sure it's saturated, and when you're putting the colour on, just make sure that you're pressing it, that you're not just painting it, you're actually pressing it in. So when you're taking it, you're pressing in with your brush. Pressing, pressing, pressing. So I just put it all on and then I start merging. Okay? But you notice how much, I actually put quite a lot of work into the merging because I've got a thing about lines. I hate seeing lines in colour. Can't stand it. A lot of people are scared of things like balayages and things, but they're actually really, really easy. It's just once you've done a couple and it's just getting your confidence up on it. I think when things come out, people get frightened and they think, oh God, it looks so complicated. But sometimes the things that look the easiest are the hardest. So things like toning a blonde can be the worst job ever. It can be the hardest job, but it looks dead simple. Stick a toner on a blonde hair. Doesn't work like that. So some things, as I say, that look easy are sometimes the hardest to do. So I'm still working my way through here. I'm halfway through this, and then I'll stop this again, and then I'll go through and get, if I've got enough blue, fine, but if I haven't, I think I'll put maybe some wee strands of something else through it. That's another thing that I'm very guilty of when I'm colouring. I change my mind halfway through things because I see something and I think, oh, that looked great. And then I just do that. Obviously consulting with the client first, obviously. So I'm just carrying on here, and then I'll show you this when it's done, and then I'll stop the video again and I'll change my gloves. It's just because the video's too long for me. When I download it onto YouTube, it takes forever. So I'm just doing it in sections. If I'm under 10 minutes here, I'll just maybe carry on with the blue. And I'll do all the roots first, and then I'll see what I've got left of the blue. If I've got the blue, if I've got enough of it, I'll just paint it all on. If I haven't, I'll get something else. That's my dog scratching the door because I've thrown them out. I mean, this is not the type of colour that people will walk about with normally. So it's not for the faint-hearted. Nearly done. Okay, right, I think we're alright for time actually, so I'll maybe just, I can get this on in the next couple of minutes. I'll just put the blue straight on, change my gloves. So when this, you'll probably be able to see it better when I turn it around. When I'm merging it in, the darker green's merging into the lighter green. But another wee trick as well, if you're using a blue, some people like sort of blue getting into, like, see if you're doing a kind of balance, you could do a blue, green into a yellow, or vice versa, a red and orange into a yellow. A good way to do it is put your, if you're doing the red, put your red on, then put your yellow on, merge the two of them, and in the middle, your red and yellow will make orange. And the same with your blue. You can put your blue on, save you money in products as well. You can put your blue on, paint your yellow, and then merge the two of them together, and your blue and your yellow will make green. If that makes sense. I have to apologise for these two in the background. They're trying to get in my door and I'm not letting them in, because they just bark. They're barking at everybody. Nobody's allowed in my street. This is the hard part about working from home. When you're trying to make videos and you're trying to do things and then they're barking in the background, but do you know what, you just need to do what you need to do. We're all struggling at this time. Right, do you see how I'm merging that in? And I'm pulling, keep doing it. You can never over blend, but you can under blend, so always remember that. And overlap it and you'll get a nice tone going through it, so you won't see green going to yellow, it'll blend in, so it'll go green to lime green to yellow. Okay, nearly done. This doll's head's not been cut around, it's just straight out the box, but okay, blend. Right, so there you go. That's that part done. So I'll let you see. Okay, take my gloves off. I'm going to put it up with the gloves on. I'm going to do my blue. So this is a Rangers and Celtic head.
That's hilarious.
Well, see, make everybody happy.
You'll never make anybody happy when it comes to football. Never.
Right, so look, see it? Green get into yellow. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go and do this, try and do this blue. I'm going to do the root area first, and then I'll put some wee colour gaps in between. Put it outside. Excuse me 2 minutes. Put it outside the door. That's what I've done it for. Right, so see when you're doing your roots here, I'm merging that and blending that because I want it blended into that green as well, because what I don't want is to see green and then a line of blue. So look, just with my fingers, I'm just blending that in. Do you see? Dead simple. Blending it, so I'm just putting it in, can you see there? I'm just putting it in and then I'm just blending with my fingers over it. Just so that I'm blending in that root area, because I don't want a green root and then a blue root. So I'm just doing it as if I'm doing a wee line, right, and I'm merging it in. Again, it doesn't matter if there's bits further up or bits down, because you don't want to see where something started and stopped. So you have to blend it, right? So see how I'm just blending it with my fingers, right? So I'm blending it with my fingers. And I'm just going to go down here and go round, just so that I can blend this in. really hope I've got enough of this. I'm going to just try and see what I can do here. Again, blend my blue into my green because I need that blend. Right, so I'm just blending everything. I've got a thing about blends. I'm sorry if I keep on about it, but I have. To be honest with you, I think it can be the difference between a good colour and a really good colour is the blend. And you also, I keep saying as well, you've got to give clients something they can't get themselves. Okay, right, that's me done the roots. So I've done these roots and then I've blended it in. So see if I just do that with my tint brush, can you see that? I'm just merging that in. I don't want lines. No lines. No lines at all. Okay. Now I'm going to start painting this through. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I can get away with not using the colour wraps. Right, so I'm painting that on. Good job I've got some in my floor. There. Oh, there's a bit dropped on my green. Go away. See what I mean? See when I was trying to tell you there about colour not always going according to plan? I've got blue drops in my green. I need to get it off. See, be fair, you wouldn't really see it, but I will, it'll annoy me. Here we go. So once I've done this wee section, I'll stick a wee colour wrap kind of through there. I'm just wrapping them. Just try to keep it off of that. Okay. So I'm going to just work my way around. This is just in case I don't have enough product, then I can change it. So I'm working round in a line here, so that if I've not got enough product I can do something different at the top. Just put that over there just now. I'm just going through all my wee peaks. Take my wee peaks down. Peaks down. Right, so I'm going to just stick this out the road in it. Right, so I'm going to try and get this on as quick as I can. So I'm putting it on, merging it. Colour drops have fallen there. Stick that on. Stick that one on. These are great because you can just rip them and put them wherever you want. Just stick it on a wee bit. That's better. See, I know another thing as well, see if you want these to last a wee bit longer, you can actually put some water in them. What I'll maybe do you know what I'm going to do? Do you see what I mean? I was saying to you there about, see if I don't have enough, I'm just going to let the ends go of a lighter blue. So what I'll do is I'll put it all in the mid-lengths and ends, and then I'll just merge it through. That might be quite nice actually. show you what I mean. Can you see that? I'll show you what I mean, right? So if I didn't have enough product, right, what I would do is, I'd paint that on there, okay, right up, okay, and then I'd merge it, right, do you see that? Do you see me doing that? Right, but watch what happens when you come down here. Do you see? Do you see what I mean? And that goes lighter. So I'll just blend that in now. It's just if I need to. I might just leave the ends just a wee touch lighter. I think that's quite a good idea actually. So I'm painting it on. So I'm going quite heavy here at the top. But look, see when I'm here? I'm just merging that down. So I'm going for a darker blue into a lighter blue. Just make sure that that's all. Put that out there way just now, and I'll go and get another colour wrap. It's fun doing these things because you don't get a chance to do these all the time. Because there's no many folk that lets you do this. So see, I'm just going to leave some of the parts light, and then I'll know you need to use as much products. I'm just putting that underneath there for now. Just it's only that wee bit these wee bits I really need to stick on. Okay. This wee bit here at the front. Now you see why I've put my dogs out, you hear them barking. That'll be the fox, or that'll be the badger, or it'll be the deer, there'll be something in there, my woods. Right, so do you see how I'm painting this on here? But look what I'm doing. I'm merging it, but you see how the colour's spreading? And again, see if I wanted that lighter, I would spray that with water. I'd spray that with water as well, so I'm not bothering about the ends being lighter, so I think I'll just keep them actually lighter. Just if even if I can get some of them darker through here. And just sit that in there a minute. The blue is beautiful, don't know. It's a cracking colour, I love it. These are all intermixable as well, so you can mix all these, mix them all together. So basically if you've not got a green, you could make a green with a blue and a yellow. So just remember, I keep telling you this as well, colouring's one big paint palette. So it is one big paint palette, you can do anything you want with it. And that's a good thing, because you can be creative. I think that a lot of the problem is now, a lot of the manufacturers have got all the colours made for you, whereas it used to be great because you had to think about making colours because you didn't have the range of colours that you have got to work with. We didn't have that when we were starting out. We didn't have the colours. You had a few colours, then you had to make everything else. So you had to use a bit of your imagination, to be honest, to do that. But I think you'll learn so much quicker, I think, because you had to. You had a few things in a stock cupboard and you had to make that work. Right, so here I go again. So I'm painting on here in my root, but I'm painting on quite heavy there in my root, right? Painting it right through to as far as I can get it, and then I'll just merge the ends. Again, you can spray this with water. I'm going to try and drag it as much as I can. And if I get any on my brush, I'll just paint it on. But I'm not too worried if there's lighter pieces through it, because I think it'll look quite cool. Right, again, I'm painting in. I'm not being particular with the way I'm painting on here because it's all going right through, so I'm not too worried. I was more particular when I was doing the zigzags because I didn't want them to be, I didn't want that onto the rest of the hair. Right, Come on, get off. It's a wee bit here. The doll's casting. So again, painting on, I've done my root area. So I'm painting it through as far as I can. Then I'm going to really merge it. Now, you need to be quite, not rough, but quite secure in your tension. You need to really, really pull it and make sure there's nothing. If you see anything, just dab it. Because remember, it's all got to blend. You can't see where something starts and stops. Do one more wee bit here, and then I'm going to go back down the front and get that finished. Another wee tip when you're using colour. See if you really shouldn't really say this, but I'm saying it. So see if you're in a salon or you're in a college or you're in somewhere that you're working. If you know that you haven't got an awful lot of product, always start at your front, because you can patch up the back a bit better than you can patch up the front. Okay? So always make sure you start at the front. So get the front done, and then we can patch up if we have to. Now this is starting to get a wee bit dry, so I'm going to put a wee tiny bit of water in my hand, and I'm just going to get through this section. See, look, even me just watering that down, look, you can make a silver grey, do you see that? Right, you can put a bit of, so see if you were doing a blue, a sort of dark blue root and you wanted silver ends, look how easy that is. Do you see that? So easy, but obviously I'm not doing that, so, but that is how easy it is, and that is how people look for quite all different colours and spend a fortune doing things like that, whereas all you have to do is get, so you could do this, let's say, for talk's sake, with a dark grey. You could put a dark grey on the roots, spray your ends, and then just literally lift it for the root and drag it through. See it? Now this is going to be a wee bit lighter because I sprayed that down. But I don't mind that, I don't mind different tones coming through it. Right, that was just another quite a good wee tip to give you. It's a good wee thing to do. So you can just blend it through. So if you've got a dark grey root, spray your ends, spray them really quite wet, and just drag it through, and you'll get that nice silver grey going right through your ends. And the good thing about that is you'll have the same tones that's on your root going through, so it'll look really nice. So I'm just working my way through here. I'm dragging it through the ends. I don't need any more of my colour wraps now because I've separated from my green. Right, so back at the front again, because I've not really got that much left, so I can see me doing a green in the middle or something. Right, so merging. I'll just get a wee bit left, so I'll put that through here. How nice is that blue? It's like a denim blue. Really put my tint brush out of the yellow there. Okay, well, I'd have made something that just made a green anyway, wouldn't it, if it went. Merge it through. This is a good technique as well. See this wee technique, even just for natural, that you could do some real lighter panels underneath. So see, like in my wee triangles there, you could do like different tones of blonde underneath there, so that, or different tones of brunette or red, so that when somebody's maybe like curling their hair and things, they've got all these lovely tones coming through the bottom. Okay. Right, so what time are we at? 24. I've only got another minute or two, and then I'll turn this off. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've only got this wee tiny bit here to do, so hopefully I can get it done in the time. I'll just do it as quick as, okay? Let's go try to get in the door. So So I'm still starting with my roots. And remember, always blend. So if you see a bit of green or a bit of the other colours, anything there, just blend it so that you're not seeing where it starts and stops. And again, that's what's really, really good about the zigzag sections. Because if you imagine a zigzag, you're going up and down, so you're not seeing a start and stop, so you're not seeing a straight line. Love zigzags, I use zigzags for everything. Zigzags and triangles, I just don't think you can beat them, to be honest. It's in colouring, 100%, I love them. So I'm putting quite a lot in this, but I'm going to drag this through. Okay, that's it, nearly done. Nearly done. And then what I'll do is I'll develop it. I'm not going to cut it today. I'll cut it another day. I'll just do this colour and that's it, done. Gives you an idea the more of the colour creates anyway. Love doing this. Probably gathered that right enough. Look at all the hair coming off your hair. If that was your client, she'd be freaking by now, wouldn't she? Okay, nearly done. And I've made it with my blue. How good's that? I always do the side of my brush into my roots to make sure I don't miss any. Right, that's this. I've done that part. Okay, so see you soon, if I can get this off.